Of all the planets in our solar system, Mars may just be the most fascinating. Perhaps it's because we keep hearing about how similar it is to the Earth, or maybe it's because of how many stories science fiction writers have concocted about life there. Either way, Mars is an extremely popular planet, and one that we are slowly learning more about, thanks to a variety of advanced rovers and orbiters sent there by various space agencies. Orbiting spacecraft have given us some stunning views of the red planet, including these amazing 4K images of its surface. But what would it actually be like to walk on Mars? What kind of terrain would you find yourself traversing, and what might you even see along the way? Well, thanks to some incredible photography from NASA's Mars rovers, we've got a pretty good idea. So come with me as we explore some of the most complete footage we have of what walking on Mars might look like. Hey everyone, I'm your host, and since this is the first time we've ever done anything like this, let's jump right into it. So to start things off, I thought it only fitting to use footage from someone who has been exploring Mars for longer than anyone else, Opportunity. And since this is supposed to be a video about what it would be like to walk on Mars, I figured why not have Opportunity herself lead us on a little tour. As such, I want to take a minute to talk about Opportunity, which landed on Mars back in 2004 during the same mission that brought us the Spirit rover. Over the course of the next 15 years, Opportunity would drive over 45 kilometers across the red planet, taking tens of thousands of measurements and collecting hundreds of images that helped shape our understanding of Martian geology and soil composition. It was truly one of the most prolific Mars missions in history, and while Spirit's primary mission lasted less than 2 years, Opportunity was designed to last just 90 days, yet exceeded everyone's expectations, and continued to send data back to Earth for more than a decade. Sadly, in 2018, after driving more than 28 miles, or 45 kilometers across the red planet, Opportunity went silent after being hit by a dust storm. For many of us who have been following Mars exploration for a long time, Opportunity was more than just a rover. She became a friend and a companion. In fact, when I was younger, I remember my dad showing me pictures from Mars and telling me that someday I could go there myself. And it was all thanks to rovers like Opportunity. So in honor of the amazing Opportunity, let's take a closer look at some of the photos she took throughout her travels. We'll start with Endeavour Crater, where Opportunity spent 180 sols, which is 180 Martian days, or about 190 Earth days, exploring a previously unstudied area of Mars. The crater itself is located within the larger Meridiani Planum region, which is one of the oldest parts of Mars and is rich with ancient volcanic deposits. Meanwhile, Endeavour is thought to be about 2 billion years old and measures 22 kilometers in diameter. Opportunity arrived at the crater in late 2005 and spent the next 6 months driving around its rim, collecting rock samples and analyzing their composition. Then, in early 2006, Opportunity descended into the crater, becoming the first wheeled vehicle to traverse a crater on another planet. While inside the crater, Opportunity made some remarkable discoveries, including a large concentration of manganese oxide, which indicated that liquid water once flowed through the area. She also found evidence of past water activity on the crater floor and studied a mysterious rock called the Egg. Unfortunately, her wheels began to slip on the loose soil, and Opportunity had to be moved to a safer location. After spending 180 sols exploring the crater, Opportunity left it behind and headed off to continue exploring the rest of Mars. So now that we're done paying respects to the great Opportunity, let's take a moment to appreciate what it might be like to walk on Mars for real. Now, it's important to mention that everything I am going to show you here is either speculation or artistic interpretation. We've never been able to capture what it would actually be like to walk on Mars. There are no videos or images that can show us what it would look like, but there are plenty of images and videos that we can use to help inspire what we think it might look like. And so that's what I've done here. I've taken inspiration from a number of sources, including a lot of the images captured by Opportunity, and tried to piece together what it might look like if you were actually standing on Mars. Obviously, this is just speculation and there is no way to know for sure what it would look like until we get there ourselves. But I think it's still fun to try and imagine what it might be like. In particular, I wanted to highlight the inside of the Endeavour crater, because it really is one of the most interesting places on Mars. According to NASA, the walls of Endeavour are 3 billion years old, making them some of the oldest rocks exposed on the planet's surface. As such, they contain some valuable information about the planet's early history, and that's why Opportunity spent so much time exploring the crater in the first place. Of course, this is all well and good, but what does it mean for us humans? What would it actually be like to stand inside a crater on Mars and witness all of its beauty firsthand? Well, thanks to some amazing photography from NASA's Mars rovers, we've got a pretty good idea. This image was created by Thomas Muchler using a photograph taken by Opportunity on Sol 100 of the Rover S mission. It shows what it might look like if you were standing at the edge of the crater and looking down into its depths. You can see the rough terrain and the different layers of rock that make up the walls. You can also see some small details like the ripples in the sand and the shadows cast by the rocks. This gives you a sense of scale and helps you imagine what it might be like to be there in person. Now, if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, you can check out this image that was created by Harry Roberts, a professional photographer who specializes in creating immersive 360 panoramas. This image is based on photographs taken by Opportunity during her 180 sols inside the crater, and stitched together to create a seamless 360-degree view. If you click and drag anywhere inside the image, you can move around and explore the entire environment. This gives you a real sense of what it would be like to walk around the crater and discover its secrets for yourself. You can see the different colors and textures of the rocks and the sand, and imagine the sound of your footsteps echoing around you. But wait, there's more. If you want to experience this 360 panorama for yourself, then I have some good news for you. The folks over at Mars.org have created a full-resolution version of this image that you can explore on your own. Just click and drag anywhere inside the image to move around and enjoy the view. It's a truly amazing experience, and one that I hope everyone gets the chance to try. Okay, now, I want to show you something really special. Something that I've been working on for a while now. When Opportunity first entered the Endeavour crater, she made a series of 653 panoramic images that together formed a continuous 360-degree view of her surroundings. This is the largest and most detailed panoramic image ever taken on Mars, and it's a true testament to the capabilities of Opportunity and the amazing people at Mars.org. They've taken this massive collection of images and stitched them together to create a seamless 360 panorama that you can explore for yourself. It's truly amazing, and I think it shows what is possible when we set our minds to it. So take a moment to explore this 360 panorama and let your imagination run wild. What do you think it would be like to walk on Mars? Would you rather explore the surface of a crater or venture out into the vast plains of the Red Planet? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Thanks again to Mars.org for creating these amazing 360 panoramas, and thanks to you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.